Welcome to Rick's Corner. I have Jay Bednar's wife on, Dana, today because I need to have more women talk about fitness and bodybuilding and training to get their perspective of what they do, because sometimes it's a little different than a guy and sometimes it's not any different than a guy. So Dana, I want to start back. This is your life.
Yeah.
And tell me, how old were you when you got started in training and why?
In training, I would say I started about 2005. I originally was a gymnast for many years, and then kind of transitioned into high school track and cross country, but I loved lifting. And so 2005 is when I went to college, and I decided I'm just going to do lifting full time.
Yeah.
That's how I got started. And
what kind of lifting were you, like powerlifting or just lifting?
No, just regular lifting. I literally, I would go into the gym and just do every piece of equipment. Every day.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay. Did you get results?
Kind of. But what ended up happening was I got Arnold's Encyclopedia and some other lifting books. And what I would do is take the pictures in the book and I would write them out on a little piece of paper and go into the gym with it and try to follow what I was doing.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's...
But you work better with pictures than instructions?
Well, yeah, because at that point I didn't know all the exact terminology, so I started drawing them, and then I just started building from there.
So when you work out every day, I mean, you're working every body part every day?
No, not anymore.
Oh, but you were?
Yeah, I was.
Wasn't that kind of self-defeating?
Yes, I had no idea what I was doing. I knew that I wanted to lift, so I just went in and would do all the machines.
Yeah, well, I see people do that.
Yeah.
I guess you could do that. I mean, I think Rich does that sometimes just to give his body a shock. You know, but like a lot of reps and lightweight.
Right.
But you can't do it for long.
No.
So how did you find out the right method on how to train?
Well, I had started hearing about the split training, and through some of the books I was reading, that's where I kind of started to learn, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should only do legs one day, chest the next day. That's where I learned it from, just from the books. And then I started to get around people that lifted. And before I know it, once I got hooked up with Jay here, he helped me. We redid deadlift, squat, and bench press. I thought I was doing them right, but, he corrected my form.
Oh, he knows a lot.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I've learned from him.
Right.
And I thought I knew a lot, but I've learned from him. And so when you started training, did you have a goal in mind of going into contest or what? No.
I just knew that I just loved weight training. I wanted to see what I could do with it, and if I could shape my body at all. And that was it. That's all I knew about it.
Did you see results right away after you started doing it the right way?
Yeah. I mean, I was a gymnast, so I already had a little bit of muscle, but once I started doing it the right way, I finally learned how to kind of shape the muscle bellies, and that's a continuous. I'll be working on that for the rest of my life.
We all do.
But, yeah.
And as far as your diet, you probably knew nothing about diet then either.
I knew absolutely nothing about diet.
In and out and fries.
Yeah, I mean, I thought what I thought eating healthy was completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Yeah, it's gone through so many theories back in the days. It was meat and milk, and 3 quarts of milk a day, and I did that, and of course it constipated me to death, and I felt bloated, but I gained size, but it was smooth. It just wasn't good size. So let's say you moved on a little bit, and did you want to get into competition?
I mean, I do have a very competitive side, so yes, in that aspect, and because Jay was competing, I thought, well, might as well. And really, you can't see what your body looks like until you cut down. Right. So that was another reason.
That's right, because it's got a coating over it.
Yeah, it does.
And you got to cut out the donuts and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. So you did compete?
I did, yes.
How many times?
Maybe 5 or 6. I did figure, and then I moved when Physique came out. I went into Physique.
Okay. Tell me the difference between figure and physique.
Well, physique is supposed to be a little bit harder and I think a little bit bigger muscle size. Okay. Yeah.
More cut?
Yeah, I would say so. The posing's different.
Figure's more shape?
I mean, figure, big shoulders, big legs, skinny waist. And then with physique, I mean, you'll bring your lats out. So things that you're not necessarily showing off in figure too much. Okay. It's a little bit different.
It's more bodybuilding.
Yes, exactly. It's a smaller bodybuilder.
Okay. Now then the next level will be bigger bodybuilder.
Yes.
Like some of the one we see today?
Yes, correct.
And what's your view on that? Do you like it?
Whatever they want to do.
Do you like it?
I am not going to go and be a bodybuilder. Okay. Yeah, I personally won't.
Do you think maybe they've gone too far? Some people do.
You know what? When you're obsessed with lifting and you're obsessed with muscle, where's your boundaries, you know?
Right.
It gets very blurred. So for me, it's just I'm going to keep lifting and do what I do and try to shape my body. But do I ever want to go over and be in the bodybuilding arena? Not really.
Okay.
So I'm trying to stay right where I'm at.
I think it's wise. You know, I mean, I admire what they can do because it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. It's not easy, and it's not easy for a guy either. I mean, to get to that degree.
Right.
I was competing back in the 70s, and then I went into wrestling, of course. And I maintained good size, but I wanted to make money, so I went into the wrestling ring to make money with it, rather than have broken trophies sitting around full of dust, like I do today. And then to be 300 pounds of that, it never appealed to me. It's like it's just way too much. And as I get older, and I realize in my mind, it's hard on the heart, hard on the joints, and hard on the blood pressure. And because of heavy lifting, there's joint problems now. But you don't realize that when you're younger, because you think you have no limits, you can do anything.
Right.
You can train heavy, you can do anything. So it's got to. You gotta know where you are. You have to know exactly your limits and where your boundaries are.
Right.
How's your diet now?
Good.
High protein, low carb?
Yeah. From what I'd say, like for the women out there that want to know, I've literally tried every diet. Really, every diet can work if you do it right, whether it's high carbs, rotating your carbs, high fat. For me, though, it's high protein. And I do it that way. I just do a lot of chicken, beef, eggs, tuna sometimes, but I do it that way. That keeps me the leanest in the off season.
Right.
And I'm not hungry all the time.
Do you have a junk day?
Yeah, Saturday.
And what do you eat?
Sushi, tacos, whatever.
Sushi's junk?
Well, I mean, I will get the fried rolls.
To me, that's protein, but you have the rice, which is carbs.
Right.
Junk day back in our day was spaghetti, meatballs, cheesecake, chocolate sundaes, popcorn, and pizza.
That sounds good.
It's good for like one day, and then you get like sick of it, you don't want to do it anymore. And then you go back on, you stay on your routine. Of course, Monday you're bloated, and Tuesday you're back down to normal, at least then, when you're younger. But you got to have something to take you off that, just to get you off that edge of being on diet all the time.
Yeah, I used to never put a cheat day in, and not only did I feel miserable, I didn't lose the weight like what I do now. So I have my cheat day on Saturday. It spikes my metabolism again. I get right back onto the way I eat. And I would say I'll gain probably 3 to 4 pounds just from the cheat meal. But by the end of the week, when I come back around to the cheat meal, I should be back down at the weight I need.
Isn't that usually just water?
Yeah, just water.
Just
so
bloat.
All that food is so sodium loaded.
Yeah. You do train with Jay at all?
No, we don't actually.
Do you even talk to him in the gym?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes. Whenever I need help or I tell him to come over, hey, I always try to make sure I'm doing my form right.
I think I talk to him more than you. I think maybe I'm married
Probably.
to him. No, he's got a lot of knowledge. You can learn a lot from him.
Oh, yeah.
He's done really well. What's your future as far as bodybuilding and training? What do you want to do? Any long-range goals or anything like that?
No, right now it's just for me personally. I want to get in as the best shape I can, and not only that, I want to functionally be in shape. I want to be able to go, run up the mountains and run along the beach, and that's something I didn't incorporate before. Yeah. I would just all of a sudden I got into lifting, and then I just stopped doing cardio because I heard I was going to lose muscle, and then before I know it, I was trying to go out and just do a simple run or run upstairs, and I was out of breath. So I've completely switched it now, and I've added a lot of high intensity stuff in.
I always thought that a cardio weight workout worked pretty well for me, nonstop. And you do that. You do that.
I do, yes.
Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Running, I can't on this knee, so I don't do that anymore. I can think real quick, so that's my cardio. but cardio weight training works. Doing too much cardio does eat muscle.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. And I'm sure you, Jay's here with us, and you see people on the treadmill there for hours every day, and none of them look any different. They look fat.
I used to do 45 minutes walking on a treadmill. Now you'll find me 5 to 10 minutes. That's all sprint intervals. Yeah. I'll jump off, go do some more lifting. Then I might go out and jump rope 5 minutes. I just change it up all the time.
You have to shock your body all the time.
All the time, yeah. And I put it in different orders and whatever I need to do. But the 45 minutes walking, I'm done with that. I don't do that.
How long have you lived here in California?
I think like a little over 5 years now.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You love it?
I love it.
You want to go back to Ohio?
I don't think so. I like the mountains and the beach,
It's all right here, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm really thrilled that you came on and talked about that, because you women see you can get in shape, you can look great, she's got a positive attitude, everything's controlled with diet and nutrition and training, and it just goes hand in hand, and of course you got to have enough rest.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have enough rest, you just nothing works.
Yeah, just listen to your body.
Yeah.
Your body, if you can figure out what your body's saying, that's the hardest part.
It is.
Listen to it, and it tells you.
It's hard because, you want to take a day off, and you need a day off.
Yeah.
And then you take a day off and you think, oh my God, I'm losing everything I've worked for my whole life, just went down, is down there now.
Right.
And then you come back the next day and you feel really good. You say, well, actually the day did me good.
Absolutely.
And even 2 days, 3 days is better sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
So you got to listen to that. Well, I really thank you for being here. We're going to put this up. It'll be on bodybuilding.com too.
Awesome.
And I want to insert some photos of you so they can see what you look like. And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And Jay, thank you for supervising and directing, producing, and doing the credits at the end of Rick's Corner.
Do what I can.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
It's RickDrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.